Okay, I for some reason had my mic disabled in OBS. Um, yeah, so the first thing we're working on is refactoring our LSP settings in NeoVim to kind of copy what we just taught DevDad and what TJ refactored Kickstart to do here. Although I don't think we're going to use this auto command. But I want to drop null ls. I'm not super stoked with the direction null ls is going. Plus, I've been having problems with the ESLint. So, my bitrate looks low. No, it's fine. Let me pull up. I need to keep my ring window open. All right, so to start, we are going to go up to our imports, and we shouldn't need this anymore. Let's drop this, and let's... We apparently don't need NeoDev anymore. So let's get rid of that. And then we're gonna delete that, and delete this. And okay, that looks good. We don't need this auto command. This is interesting, but we use a plugin for that anyways. So then we go down to let's move this up, and we'll throw this here. And we'll move this function up as well. And it sounds like I might not even need this anymore, but we'll see when we get there. So we start with our capabilities. I have that block down here. So let's move this up. And then source additional completion capabilities for our LSP. Capabilities. So let's actually just copy this. Kind of like that exact comment in language. Okay, now Murphy's here and not a package. All right, I will be right back, chat. Gonna let a dog in. It might take me like 4 or 5 minutes to let him in, and then get my dogs calmed down. So I will be right back. And we're back. Sorry, I had to get them acquainted and then had to let the dogs out to do their morning business. Because J. Cole is at the gym. Take our morning drugs. Sweet. Okay, so first thing we're doing is refactoring our NeoVim LSP and trying to get ESLint in a good place. So let's highlight that, do this, boom, delete that. That's a good comment. We have our server block next. So this is a good comment. That's a great comment, actually. So let's do that, and we're going to throw this here. All right, great. So let's move this block. What up? I'm doing well. How are you doing? Yoink. Actually, do that, delete that. That's gonna go here. Great. We don't need this block because that's just false. That looks good. Okay. Now do this. Good. We want one more tool. We want this guy here. So let's dump that there. How my audio levels, chat? Everything sound good? Doesn't look like I'm peaking or anything. Music's good. Been busy with semester finals. Guess I missed a lot of streams. I do not miss the days of finals. Okay. This looks fine. In fact, we can probably move those to the top as well. So let's take those and take that up above to here. And we'll give this a comment like function to run when NeoVim connects to a LSP client. Great. Yeah, that's what I'm doing too. I was just helping DevDad. I got on real early and streamed with DevDad, and we based it off this. And at the same time, NullOS removed support for ESLint last week, and that really threw a wrench into my workflow. So we're working on ripping out NullOS as well. In fact, we can probably get rid of this filter function. In fact, I don't even think we're going to need this because I think something we add later. So null.ls went into public it was publicly archived about a year ago, and then the community forked it into none.ls, and then the author of none.ls decided to remove support for tools that haven't had a commit in over a year, which I think is kind of dumb because like just because a tool doesn't have commits doesn't mean it's not stable or useful, or doesn't mean that it's not maintained right. So I think that was a really naive decision, and it broke a bunch of stuff. And yeah, so I don't really have a lot of trust in where none.ls is going. There's a tool called conform. Hey, dude, relax. No, you do not need to be crawling over me right now. Go lay down. Murph. I see you. No. Get down. I see you. Yes. Just because you jump on me doesn't mean you get attention. Lay down. You're done. Don't make me lock you out of the office. All right, no more. Murphy, no. Lay down. No. Lay down, Murphy. No. Winnie Marie. Yeah, tell him to lay down, Winnie. Tell him to calm down. All right, so we got that. Let me jump back over here. Ma'am. So then we're going to come down beneath this. We can collapse our servers, setup, and then we say local ensure installed equals vim.table keys servers. We don't even need to do that because we know servers has keys. Then we'll say, so this is interesting. So Mason tool installer must be able to install things like, I'm guessing if we go and look in Mason, right? In something like linters, like style Lua is probably in here. No. Lua check. Oh, I guess it's a formatter, right? Yeah, there it is. So we can probably install anything. So let's, rather than doing this servers, let's also do like local, what up, Dev Dad? Speaking of the devil. So let's say local formatters, and we'll do the same thing as we had above, right? We'll make a table and we'll say ESLint is probably one. And we'll say style Lua is going to be one. And prettier D is going to be one. Prettier D's notes. So there's our formatters. That's actually a linter. So let's actually make another one, and we'll say local linters equals this, and we'll say, we'll throw that in there. I like it. Ensure installed. We'll say ensure installed servers, and then we'll yank that and we'll say ensure installed This will be formatters. And then we'll say linters. Yes. Murphy, lay down. No. All right, let's just move this up here. So we got that, and then we want to, how does this function work? Vim.list extend destination source. I wish there was like a, I guess we could merge them all too. What up, Delta? Murphy, relax, bud. Yes, I see you. Relax. I need you to lay down. You're way too excited right now. You're way too excited right now. You can say hi. Here, come up. Yes, relax. Yes. Say good morning to chat. Look over here. Oh God, this golden retriever is so large. You are a giant dog. Yes. Can you relax for me? You're okay. Good. You're a good boy. Yes. I need you to lay down. You want to get up on the couch? Come on. Here, up. Lay down. Oh my goodness, you're too excited. You're too excited. No. Tell him, Win. I'm getting attacked by a dog. You better be careful, Win. He's gonna check you. Does anyone know? I can do like merge, right? Vim.table merge. Filter, extend, merges 2 or more map-like tables. So we could do table extend. I think we could do all of the above, right? Ensured servers, ensure installed linters, and ensure installed formatters. Cannot assign T to parameter string. Ah, right. We need keep. Okay. So we have, this will be local ensure installed. Right? And this will be formatters. And this will be linters. Yeah, yep, we're gonna be using Mason. Murphy, no. I'm gonna lock you out of the office. Lay down. Okay, you're done. I'll give you a shot. Let's go. Out. Out. No. Down. Let's go. This way. Come on. Out. Winnie, you can stay. You're a good girl. Say yes. You're a good girl. And you're my favorite. You're my favorite. Yeah. Good girl. All right, go get your puppy. Vim table deep extend, that is probably what I want instead. Vim table deep extend. All right, this song sucks. What is happening? Kyle, did you see that Our Last Night just released a cover of Stick Season? We're gonna listen to it. All right, so we do that. Actually, let's do error here. I would prefer that to be an error. And like none of these should have, like this should just be a list, right? Table keys. Yeah. Each night of some version of you. I had to give TS Server 12 gigs of memory to handle my mono repo at work. That's how bad TS Server is. Someone should rewrite TS Server in Rust or OCaml or something. How do I know if I should study computer science / software engineering or economics? I mean, what interests you more? That's what I would do. Well, maybe that's not good advice. I would balance what interests you more with wherever you're located at in the world, which has the better job and income prospects. So like on one side of the scale, you have your interests. On the other side, you have the ability to get a job and a meaningful income. And you're just going to have to figure out which side of that scale is more important to you and kind of pick on that. Wait, is Noah Khan just emo music for 2010 kids with a 401k? Yes, he's exactly that. In fact, we're going to listen to actually Noah Khan as soon as this is over. For Christmas. So down here then, we can copy this block. I think it's there. And we say oh, this is a good song too though. Down here, what we're going to do is say server.on attach equals on attach. Say, then we don't need, we might need this line. Yeah, so we want to take this, And we're gonna say server.handlers equals this exact function down here. Yoink. Config.handlers. Where does config come from? This will be server. And then we can delete this. And I think we can just delete null ls because null ls is pissing me off. Okay, why is this upset? Does anyone see the problem here? Yo, see you, Delta. Thanks for hanging out. So we go to NoahCon, and we go to his stick season forever. We'll just start with Posty, and we'll shuffle. Yeah. There we go. Okay, this looks good. So ideally, if we save this and reopen it, we should have everything except for null ls running, which might break. That'll break style Lua. So let's so this is the, now we have to set up conform. I do not have a strong math background, and I think I can program reasonably well. So I would not say that's a blocker on becoming a good software engineer. Notify on error equals false. Format on save, we do want that. So that's how we're going to get around potentially there we go. LSP fallback is exactly what we were looking for. Nice. So you just let me go. Yeah, I agree with Lyra Rod. If you have a strong math background, you're setting yourself like up for even greater success. See, I'm not sure if conform is going to help me with ESLint. Rang, even the cops thought you were wrong for hanging up. You can also use a sublist to tell conform to run until a formatter is found. Conform can also run multiple formatters sequentially. You can also use a sublist to tell conform to run a formatter until I don't understand what that means. That is what we want. Let's go to the conform docs. Are you in the US, Jupi? Oh, that's so nice. Wow, this feature right here makes it worth it alone. So we need a list of languages. So we have ESLint-D. I don't necessarily need this to format. I just need diagnostics from ESLint-D. No, in Finland, Europe. Ah, yeah, I won't be able to give as good advice then. At least in the US, like, you can kind of like, in your first semesters at college, you can always just switch your what you're studying if you figure out that you want to do something else. Conform when a formatter errors. I do actually want to notify on error, at least to start. Let's see how noisy that gets. All right, so we want JavaScript, and this will equal prettier D and then prettier. And we want the same thing for TypeScript. Yeah, no, this is a question-friendly stream. Feel free to ask questions away. Thank you for the follow, Chandler. Appreciate you hanging out with us. We'll say ESLint D and ESLint normal. And this will have a comma. I'm going to yank around this. Throw that there. Do that. Okay. So that should be reasonably good. Let's go make sure we got prettier. We got ESLint D. All right, let's write that, jump over to our Nix, add that in, do a check that everything works. I do my best to derail the conversation anytime in chat. Classic Badger. All right, so now how can I test this? Winnie, you're fine. Let's go into Vim. Actually, let's quit out. Do a little reset. Actually, just to make sure we get a full reset. Vim. Okay, we got conform, we got Mason tools. Great. We're going to Mason. Ooh. We got a deep table. I am kind of self-taught. My university didn't have a great CS program and it fell apart my first year. So like for the most part, I'm self-taught. So I think this had a problem here. We know we need to ignore, we need to like filter OCaml LSP. In fact, we don't even need OCaml LSP in there. These are only servers that need to be installed. Don't need that. There's probably a bunch of stuff I don't need in here anymore. That seems reasonable. All right, let's see what our error was again. Hi, Alice. Key found in more than one map. So did we do something stupid down here? Servers, formatters, linters. Ensure installed. So we get linters, servers, and formatters. Guys, would you relax? You're getting kicked out too. Go. Hey. Justine's home. Garage door. The soundly typed sorceress. So maybe rather than these here happening, right, we do something like this. And we delete to S. Delete to there, and then delete to F. Something like this. And then we'll do here is going to be ensure installed. Something like that. Is my stream quality okay, chat? What up, Kebab? How was your stream? Thank you for the raid. I just kicked all of them out, especially that one.
Why?
He's super worked up.
Have they eaten breakfast?
No.
Okay. Also, I'm gonna order groceries. Is there anything else you want or need?
Get carrots for the dogs.
Carrots?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Everybody out. Winnie, you can.
I had a good weekend. Thank you,
You
Kebab.
can stay in, Winnie. Winnie, in. I'll deliver your breakfast. Don't worry.
Ma'am? Sit. Dude, Lewis Snip has been causing me so many... Dude, Winnie, no. I'm letting Winnie out, Justine. Yeah, she like just got a new travel credit card, and one of the perks is like, I don't, Instacart Pro or whatever. I don't know, one of the stupid services. I would never pay to order groceries, but she gets that as a perk from one of her credit cards. So we're gonna give it a try. I feel like I'm not gonna trust someone else to pick out like my produce for me because I'm picky about that. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, next up. It seems like we're okay here. Oh shit! Gleam 1 came out. All right, we'll go check on that in a second. All right, so this seems like it's working fine. Style Lua. Eastlint. I don't see Style Lua installed. Should that not have installed Style Lua? Right? Like this thing should have installed Style Lua. We're gonna have to print this because I don't think this part did exactly what we think it did. So let's print this. Print ensure installed. Ensure installed. We'll source this file, and that should give us a message. I thought. Oh, right, because this isn't the actual file. We need to vim.inspect. Let's just inspect. Things that I want to think all I knew. Be surrounded too. My fiance is obsessed with getting one of those travel CCs. I mean, if you use credit responsibly and travel a lot, it's like having a cashback card just for travel perks, which Justine and I travel a lot, so we pay our cards off in full every month, so we can responsibly reap the benefits of a travel card.
Is that time fine, or do you want me to choose like a 3-hour window?
I think that's fine.
We get $2 off.
Sure. I don't care.
What's
2 to 5.
Perfect.
So I didn't see that log at all, which seems weird. I just want to... I mean, I guess we could do this in our console, right? We can like yoink this. And we can say like Lua that. Did that even do anything? No. I don't know how to test if we're doing this correctly. Things that I lost here, people I knew, me surrounded. Maybe we do maybe we just do this, right? This just keeps it easy. Then we'll come in, we'll say formatters. This will be these. And then we'll yoink that again. This will be linters. And we can get rid of those. And we can get rid of that. And then this will be servers and tools. And then down here, this is servers and tools. All right, that seems like it should work. Let's go. I'm so excited. Oh, they officially took an official mascot. Nice. Cool, we'll read through this in a second, because I do want to spend some time on that, because that's huge. I'm very excited for Gleam. Okay, so let's quit out of here, come back in. So it doesn't look like it auto-installed Lua. I mean,
Last question, then I'm going to leave you alone, I promise.
what's up?
Do you want more coffee?
Yes, please. There was chat. Now if we go look, we should have ESMD, prettier D, style Lua. Great. Now I really wonder, what am I wondering? I don't even know what I'm wondering. Does anyone have a way of working with ESLint that doesn't suck? So I feel pretty satisfied with what we just got with conform. But that's only going to be formatting, I think. Yo, get out of here, Badger. About to time you out for that. Shake my head. Yeah, we do want that. So let's go back to LSP. And this guy needs some more configuration. Yeah, I probably want these updated. So let's say auto update is going to be true. What is blocking? I hate that this isn't full screen. All right, these are actually nice settings. All right, so let's update that. We'll say run on start is true. And then we'll say start delay. We'll give it, I don't know, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. And then our last one will be debounce hours is going to be 24. Debounce hours equals, we'll call it 12. Something like this. Great. All right, this seems reasonable for me now. I want to hop over here. We'll add that. Let's do it. Yeah. We'll rebuild our system quick. Going to roll into Astral with a ThinkPad, Visual Studio Enterprise, and cuff pleated pants. I would expect nothing less. Did we pick a weekend for that yet? I need to respond. So ESLint LSP isn't working for me, TTKB, because it doesn't have a configuration option to give it more memory. And the giant ass mono repo I'm working in like just makes it choke and it runs out of heap space and crashes. Which I was using ESLint D through null.ls before, which ESLint D is a version of ESLint that runs in a daemon separately at all times and does a bunch of smart caching. I'm just gonna end up fucking writing a plugin for ESLint D like I did for the TypeScript compiler. God damn it. EFM? What is EFM? Is that a NeoVim thing? General Purpose Language Server. I've never heard of this. I have it starred, so I actually have heard of this. That happened, Badger. Biome claimed that bounty. I think my CEO even put that bounty out. Didn't he? Didn't Guillermo put that out? Where's your handle? It's pretty far back. Maybe it wasn't Guillermo. Yep, maybe I'm mixing it up. Somebody paid out, honestly, on getting bio written. I want to bookmark this. Yeah, but I would like to use Biome, but Biome I don't think picks up ESLint files. I wish they were backwards compatible with ESLint. Because I would like to replace Prettier and ESLint with Biome. Thank you, Justine.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait.
But I think this is good for now. Git commit -am update lsp config lsp envim config. Thank you for the follow, Saturday. See, I was right. That's how... I guess it was searching an image. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure he did end up matching it to Biome. Yeah, G is... It's really nice having a CEO who's as technical and, like, he is genuinely an expert at Vercel's product, and he's an engineer at heart. It's been really refreshing having a CEO that can just like dive into the weeds and make quick and fast and technical opinions. Like even in the 2 weeks that I've been working at Vercel, I've seen that happen a couple times now, and it's just like going from, well, my last company wasn't bad in that regard, but I've worked at previous companies where like the CEO was just so out of touch with like the actual product and company to like how G works. Like it's pretty incredible. Yo, this was a good tweet if you know the reference. I thought this was a clever tweet. Everyone was like freaking out about the Twitter settings where like you could call someone and figure out their IP address. And this is a throwback to oh, what is the TV show? It's not Burn Notice. It's CSI, right? Exactly, Badger. No task forces for every freaking decision in the company. It's genuinely refreshing. All right. Oh, we probably need to rip out that format thing now that we added that in. So we can come up here to, I think we can get rid of this. I'm going to comment it for now, but I really don't think we need that anymore, which means I could get rid of this. I don't think this will run at all because we have conform doing it now. Let's just like validate that quick and we'll switch over to doing more interesting stuff for the next hour. I think it's CSI, RJ. In fact, we'll go try to pull up the actual clip. If I could get my password right. Not an editor command format. Wonder what tried to call format. I think I know what tried to call format. So that's going to be in my keybinds. Won't you stay with me? Oh, it's so good. This has 3.4 million views. Are you guys ready for this? This is one of the all-time greatest clips from television. I have no idea how loud this is going to be. We only have it at 240p, as it should be. Just one more time. Wait, how did we get Prime? What? Oh, it's so good. That's what makes that tweet. Like, you have to know, right? Like, this tweet doesn't mean anything if you don't understand that scene, and also understand that there's like a bunch of tweets going around about people being upset about Twitter exposing your IP. Like, I think this tweet is gold, if I may say so myself. So we have a format in here. This is the guy we have to change. Where's my music? Let's go back to playing. Oh, jeez. No, it was that, like, whoever the show writers were probably just, like, at the time Googled, like, programming languages and found Visual Basic. And they're like, yeah, that'll be good. So we need to fix this. And I think what we have to do, let's check the docs for conform. Does this expose any user commands? Wow, my voice just cracked. I'll rate an IP tracker in SQL. So I think maybe the solution here is that we go to format and save, and we just grab, I guess that's in LSP, this guy right here. We come over here, and this will be a function, and We'll just give this a quick little description while we're in here, clean things up. Format the current buffer. And then here, paste, I lost the paste, back over here, that. All right, let's do that. And let's jump back over here and do this. Listen, Visual Basic 6 was React before React. Visual Basic 6 was awesome. It was my first programming language in middle school. Like, it's so good. Literally drag and drop GUIs, and then you write like literal callbacks for your freaking components. Like, you can't tell me that's like not. While I'm working, I'm gonna have this up over here so you can see what the golden days of programming were like. There we go. All right, we got formatting working again. Great. So we can send this to DevDad now. Make sure that all looks good. Yep. All right. Commit -am, and this will be update LSP plus formatting. Git push. Git pull. This might be the first time these two things have ever shared a screen. You're probably right, Badger. Honestly, well-typed witch, I think you should add VB6 FFI support in Polaris. I think that would really be the feature that made Polaris mainstream pretty quickly, like a meteoric rise to mainstream. Repositories, and let's go to Kickstart Nix. I want to check that commit. All right, I'm going to send this to DevDad. Where is that at? Don't switch. Damn, I'm telling you. The glory days, chat. The glory days. This actually makes me feel nostalgic because this is how I learned to program. I really enjoy the DevDab collabs. Hell yeah, me too. Hopefully I'm able to grab dinner with him on Thursday or Friday. Because I'll be driving up to Maryland. Let's see here. About to dox my location. So I'm speaking, where's this actual conference at? Let me see here. What is the name of frontrunners.tech? The venue is at GMU's. Can I get an address here? Here we go. Oh, it's in Fairfax. Sorry, chat. I didn't mean to block our Visual Basic video. So that's over here. So if I want to I could go over to Annapolis. go over to Annapolis, and then just come down 301 to get back to Raleigh. I love coming back this way down through Richmond because coming down 95 is a freaking nightmare. This whole road between DC and Richmond, Virginia is the worst thing in the world. So like the trick if you're coming down the East Coast is when you hit Baltimore in 695, you take 695 down around the city and you hit 97 and you take 97 down to 301 the whole way down through here, and you'll cross over a bridge here, and there's like a Sheets over here. Where's it at? Yeah, right here, the Sheets. Yeah, that's the way to do it. It might be, dude. I'm telling you, DC is some of the worst traffic. But so Dev Dad lives over in here, which is so funny because for those of you that don't know, chat, well, one, Dev Dad lives in Maryland, which hopefully that's not too doxy, but I used to live in Maryland, and Dev Dad and I met Dev Dad through streaming last like February, like a year ago when I was hanging out in his stream. Dev Dad and I were literal neighbors. Like I could have walked to his front door in 5 minutes, and I had never met him for the 2.5 years that we lived literally like minutes apart from each other. So weird how that happens. So I think I'll probably speak at the conference, and I forget my speaking slot. Hey, it's me. Let's see here. I've spoken with Chris before. I know Chris. Nice. Who am I speaking with, actually? I haven't even looked at the other speakers yet. Jen Osmond talking about XSS. He works at Comcast, and they wrote like a custom render for Solid.js. I've actually heard this talk. It's really, really good. That'll probably be a good talk. Not enough apps worry about observability on the front end. Build your own dev tools. That's probably cool. Cool. Do we have a schedule? I think I'm like in one of these time slots. Yeah, I'm at 2. So I'll probably leave after I talk and then head over to meet up with Dev Dad in Annapolis. If y'all have never been to Annapolis, I freaking love Annapolis. It's like one of the nicest little colonial towns ever. It's beautiful. Like, look down this road. Like cobblestone streets. The Naval Academy's down here. Super cool. Yeah, I love Annapolis. How did I get into doing conference talks? Actually, this conference was the first conference I ever spoke at in 2019. So I worked for a company called Formidable. And back in like 2015 through like 2018, Formidable was really well known in the JavaScript open source community. This is probably not going to be the right company. Oh, it is. Yeah. And we had some of the like top devs in this space. Like we had, we made Urkel, which is an Apollo or a GraphQL client. We made Victory Charts. The author of Style Components worked with us. So like I got to work with some of the, Ken Wheeler worked there. So like it was very much in our culture to do JavaScript open source. And part of that was speaking at conferences. And that's how we became reputable and well known, is that we made awesome open source. And then our employees went and spoke at conferences about it, and developers loved us. So developers would go back to their companies and be like, you know, we love what Formidable does. They're consultancy. We need a consultant. We should hire Formidable. So like speaking at conferences is how we landed clients. And Neuroform bought Formidable a couple months ago. But it was kind of like in our culture to do public speaking, and that's how I got into it. And my first tech talk was actually on Redux and Redux Toolkit as it was coming out. Yeah, this was my first one. And in fact, I still think this is a good talk. And I still think Redux is good. And Redux Toolkit is really good. Look at my short hair there. Where's this slide that sums this up? There's one slide that like captures the whole talk. Right here. This slide. So the premise of this talk is really in Redux, rather than treating your actions as like just simple setters, treating them as events and like looking at Redux as a pub subsystem. So this is like the kind of so good. It still works really well and scales really well. I would absolutely build an app like that again. Were you 12? Literal fetus? Well, how old was I in 2019? I would have been 27, 26, 27. Somewhere in there. Yeah, I don't know. Somewhere in there. Okay. So we got our LSP working, and now we want to work on, actually we said we're gonna read the Gleam announcement next. Where did that go? Oh wait, I want that one up for later. EFM, yeah. All right, we're gonna read this quick. I was joking about doing that, but Redux is the only part of the React stuff that I ever actually did anything with. Redux actually isn't tied to React. Redux is a like just standalone front-end library. You don't need React to use it. It has React bindings, but it has bindings for every framework. Redux is basically the Elm architecture meta. So like if you like modeling state with Elm, you'd like Redux. Today, Gleam v1.0.0 has been released. This is the first stable release of the language. More on what that means later, and a big milestone for the ecosystem. It's been a long journey, and I'm proud of both the technology and the community that we've built here with Gleam. Thank you so much to everyone who has taken part in any way. You've all contributed to the project getting here in a meaningful way, in meaningful ways of all sizes. What is Gleam? Gleam is a programming language that tries to make your job as a writer and maintainer of software systems as predictable, stress-free, and enjoyable as possible. The language is consistent and has a small surface area, making it possible to learn in an afternoon. Coupled with a lack of magic and a strong desire to have only one way of doing things, Gleam is typically easy to read and understand. Reading and debugging code is more difficult than writing new code, so we optimize for this. Gleam has robust static analysis and a type system inspired by languages such as Elm, OCaml, and Rust, so the compilers serve as a programming assistant, giving you additional context to help you make the change you want to make. Don't worry about writing perfect code the first time around. With Gleam, refactoring is low risk and low stress, so you can continue to improve your code as you learn more about the problems at hand. Running and administrating software is as important as writing it. Gleam runs on the Erlang virtual machine, a mature and battle-tested platform that powers many of the world's most reliable and scalable systems, such as WhatsApp. Gleam can also, I actually don't Is that still true? I thought they refactored away from that. Gleam can also run on JavaScript runtimes, making it possible to run Gleam code in the browser, on mobile devices, or anywhere else. Gleam looks like this. I actually really love the syntax of Gleam. So a handle request takes a request in a context, we return a response. We're going to unbox the JSON from this call. We're going to get a result. And then we're going to match on the result. Super awesome. Like, tell me that's not beautiful syntax. Sorry, Meta. I misread. So what does Gleam v1 include? This version covers all the public APIs found in the main Gleam Git repository. That is the Gleam language design, the Gleam compiler, the Gleam build tool, the Gleam package manager, the Gleam formatter, language server, and the compiler, the WASM API, and JavaScript bindings. The Gleam standard library and other packages maintained by the core team will be getting an accompanying v1 release shortly afterwards. Before these are released, we'll be making pull requests to popular community package to relax the package manager version constraints to ensure that the update to v1 is as smooth as possible for all Gleam users. What does v1 mean? I don't know what that means, Alice. Wait, does Gleam use layout to avoid semicolons? I don't fully know what that means. I'm not sure. It might, because the formatter is really strict. Yeah, v1 just released this morning. Version 1 is a statement about Gleam's stability and readiness to be used in production systems. We believe Gleam is suitable for use in projects that matter, and Gleam will provide a stable and predictable foundation. Gleam follows semantic versioning, so maintaining backwards compatibility is now a priority. We will be making every effort to ensure that Gleam does not introduce breaking changes. The exception to this is for security and soundness issues. Should a critical bug of this nature be discovered, we reserve the right to fix the security issue, even if some programs are taking advantage of the bug. What's next for Gleam? Gleam is a practical language intended for making real things. So our focus for Gleam post v1 is to be split between productivity for Gleam users and sustainability for the Gleam project. Productivity for Gleam users. As well as not introducing breaking changes, we will also be avoiding language bloat. It's easy to keep adding new features to a language to aid with specific problems, but with each new language feature or new way of solving a problem, the language as a whole becomes more complex and harder to understand. Simplicity is a feature in Gleam, and that will not change going forward. There is scope adding new features to the language. But we will be doing so extremely conservatively. Any new feature has to be generally useful and enable new things not otherwise possible in Gleam, while being a worthwhile trade for the added complexity it brings to the language. Rather than adding new features to the language, we'll be continuously improving the Gleam developer experience and enhancing real-world productivity. Initially, the focus will be on improving the Gleam language server, as it's immature compared to the rest of the Gleam tooling. Facts. This is like the main thing that is stopping me from building with Gleam more seriously right now. We will also be working on all the libraries and such that folks will likely want when making production systems in Gleam, with an initial focus on development of websites and web services. Documentation is also a priority. We want to have tutorials and guides for all manner of tasks in Gleam. It should always be easy to find how to do something in Gleam so you can focus on achieving your goal. It's so interesting because like right off the rip, like Gleam is focusing on the problems, the biggest pain points I have with OCaml as like their main priority. So yeah, I am really excited about Gleam. What's missing in the LSP? I don't have a concrete answer in that. I had it crash a couple times on me in NeoVim. It's like some of it's go to definition stuff. Some of the hover docs weren't right. It just felt immature. It felt like an early LSP. Yeah. It wasn't hard to configure and get running. That was easier. That was easier than OCaml LSP to get working. It just isn't as mature as I needed to be yet. I agree, Badger. Gleam is not a project from Microsoft or Google. It's a community project. There's one full-time developer working on Gleam and a number of part-time volunteers who do excellent work. With this small team, we need to be efficient with our efforts. Anything we work on needs to be impactful and meaningful to the whole Gleam community, and we cannot afford to spend time on niche or unimportant situations. Internal documentation is also important. As an open source project, we want folks to be able to open up the code base and make their contributions as easily as possible. So far, the feedback has been that the Gleam compiler and build tool are easy to contribute to. They have been working really hard to comment like their compiler, like it's all written in Rust. So Gleam is built in Rust, and it's pretty approachable, to be honest. Like I felt like I could probably jump in and help. This is encouraging. We'll continue to work on this to ensure the Gleam project never gets to a point where only a select few people are able to meaningfully contribute to its maintenance. This is actually, I think, a huge problem that OCaml has. Like the type inference parts of the compiler, at least I've read, are really, 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 really hard to contribute to and make changes to because of like the amount of entrenched and just like tribal knowledge you need to have to be able to efficiently work on it. The last part of sustainability is financial. I'm able to afford work on Gleam full-time thanks to the support of this project sponsors and GitHub. Fun fact, I sponsor Gleam on GitHub. The largest contributor is Fly.io, who provides approximately half the funding. Thank you, Fly. We wouldn't be here without your support. Going forward, I would like to diversify the funding with more corporate sponsors as well as other revenue streams. I earn less than half of what I would make with the median lead developer salary in London, the city in which I live. This is enough money for that should be me to get by, but I would very much like to earn around what I would if I had some other job. Long term, I would like to be able to financially reward the regular contributors to Gleam. The folks in the core team are wonderfully talented. They should be rewarded appropriately for the work. Hello, Lucy, Gleam's mascot. Lucy has had a little bit of a glow up. Lucy is a kind of friendly little starfish who enjoys strawberry ice cream and functional programming. The rest of Lucy's story is up to the community to tell. Thank you to Supply Luppy for this wonderful redesign for Sorry Lucy's canon. Amazing. Congratulations to the Gleam team. Y'all, hey, that's me. That's me. I'm in this list. I do like Lucy a lot. I'm surprised I'm in this list. I contributed to the JavaScript like standard library for Gleam a couple months ago. Nice. Well, that's amazing. I am so glad. I freaking love that animation. Nice. Nice. All right. Let's jump into, we can release create melange app actually. We should probably do that. Yeah. OPAM shell. I need to, hey Meta, do you want to open up a pull request? 1 second, chat. I gotta respond to a work message quick. Okay, so we want to, let me make sure my font's good. That's good. All right. I can't remember if I added a branch for Melange 3. Upgrade to Melange 3. There we go. So let's pull that, make sure that's up to date. And then we'll hop into Vim. Melange app. Okay, let's see here. Let's open up our Doom project. This should be up to date. We have Melange at version 3. So for anyone that's like invested in Create Melange app, the Melange team, because of some needs inside of Hrefs, which is where the Melange core team works, they needed versions of Melange to support the 5.1 compiler, and they also needed versions to support the hi, Grace. Let me do something real quick. How do I do this? Gift to sub. Gift to spew. Boom. Okay, let's jump back in here. Okay. I think we have everything up to date. Let's make sure we're building here. This should be a pretty painless release. Let me get into my OCaml shell again. I should be able to do a Doom build. Cannot find, oh, we probably have to do an install. Ah, shoot it. Switch. Yeah, we're gonna have to create a new switch. Switch, create that. We should be on 5.1.0. We can bump that there. All right, we'll create our switch there. And I know I needed to go into my templates and make sure that we were updating in here. So let's, while we're building a new switch, let's make sure that we are installing the right thing and have all the right language in our error messages. 5.1.1. Okay, so we might have already updated this last week. 5.1.1, 5.1.1. That all looks good. All right, let's just do a grep across the project for 5.0. What is this? V, that's fine. These are npm dependencies. None of those have to change. Everywhere. I think we might be good. I think we might have caught everything. The only other place that we would have version specific stuff would probably be in here. I don't even know if we need that anymore. That's good. Here we go, that's a problem. OCaml 5.1.2 is not out yet. We want melange 5.1. Reason, that might need updated. So let's go check our Doom file there. Reasons on 3.11. Okay, so that's good. Okay. This all looks good. Let's rotate our window. I think this is all okay. Yeah, and then the other place we need to look is at our templates, extensions, app, and we need to look in here. Do we not extend the Dune file? Man, it's been so long since I've worked in this code base, I'm kind of forgetting how we do this. So if we go to core, actually we probably want to look at init and then scaffold. I know, Meta. Dude, I'm telling you, my memory, I hit age 30 and my memory just went to shit. Actually, that's a lie. My memory's always been dog water. Let's jump down here. Thank you for 5 months, Priv. Priv is a true OG in stream. Not too close. It's probably the ADHD, honestly. Although, like, I feel like my ADHD meds, which I only started taking a year and a half ago, or a year ago, they only help, like, while I'm on them. Yeah, man, it's like 5 months had to be pretty close to when I started, because I started streaming at the end of September. So where do we define our configuration? Our configuration is, man, I need to like refactor this into a frickin' functor. This is a mess. Why do I just have a to-do here with like nothing on it? Alright. Well, since we're not refactoring to Mint T, we should probably spend some time on like actually like cleaning up some of this stuff at some point. Because this tool is genuinely gets some use, which is crazy. This is like one of the first like useful open source projects I've ever built. Okay, I guess we don't really have anything in here that would impact that. So, okay, we've got our OPAM. Let's do a OPAM install deps only. All right, nothing to do, so we should be able to do a Dune build. In Dune, Right, so that's why I had that in that file. So let's go back up to the top and we'll say, ignore that warning at warning dot 32. Great. We should be able to start our LSP now. LSP start. Okay. Oh, I don't have my dev dependencies installed. Right. OCaml install. Yep. Sweet. Okay. I think this seems good. I think our templates are up to date. I'm still a little bit confused on how our Dune template works. This one here. Like, when do we add reason react? Because I would have assumed that like it wouldn't get added until we did like this, right? I guess we can look at our engine and figure out how that works. How would you rate the difficulty of contributing a new extension as ferment yesterday? I'd say a 3 out of 5 because you're gonna have to write. You're either gonna have to find an existing parser and lexer that can do like incremental parsing, right? So like you want to parse like next white space or next identifier or next string or next boolean, right? And like I'm guessing for a lot of the serialization formats we want, like the parsers that are out there in OCaml aren't at that like granularity of parsing. So there's a good chance you're gonna have to write your own lexer parser, which I did using sedlex with well-typed witch's help, which was actually really fun. And you could probably like copy a lot of what I'm doing, but you're gonna have to like, you know, define your grammar, define your tokens, blah, blah, blah. But after that, it's relatively easy because you can just follow the test suite that's already in place and like the examples from the already implemented ones. Understanding the flow of data in Serde is pretty confusing because it uses like this continuation style passing. If you have a regular parser, you can always run a lexer step and then check that you lex the right thing, right? If you have a regular parser, I guess that's true, yeah. I really like sedlex though, well-typed witch. Like I have like a bunch of like just like tiny tasks. Like learning how to write parsers and lexers over the past month has just like opened up like a whole world of solving problems that previously would have been really annoying and that I probably would have just never taken on because like I would have just naively tried to do it with like regex and string matching and stuff. Like understanding at a basic level how lexing and parsing works, like I really wish I would have learned that sooner in my journey. It's such a valuable skill. Okay, so we should be able to start our LSP now. Let's go back. LSP start, OCaml. Why do I not have my OCaml LSP in there? Did I break this? No matching language servers. Shoot. Honey, come over. So I should go add that to my NeoVim config. I didn't think I needed that, but I guess I do. We'll just throw it like right here. OCaml LSP. I think that's probably right. I think I have a link to all of them. Yeah. OCaml, yeah, okay. Name's right. Pickle would be cool. I'm interested to see. I personally think TOML is my favorite configuration format, but I've played around with doll for a couple personal projects, which makes me think I could like Pickle a lot because I really like doll. But like out of the popular configuration language formats, I do like TOML the most. Was it really? I find that kind of hard to believe. Where's it at on GitHub? Yeah, 2 days ago. I don't think doll's unmaintained. Alice, have you looked at Pickle at all? The thing Apple put out? Really? Not in detail? I'd be curious. Excuse me, I just burped. I'm so sorry, chat. Oh man, excuse me. I'd be curious on somebody who has had experience working with doll in like a serious way, their perception on Pickle after having gone through like the docs and maybe trying it. Because like I like what doll and Pickle bring to the table. And like if Pickle's gonna have more support and growth behind it, like I'd rather use that. But I think either one of these, like I think I'd be totally happy using either. Also, I totally pronounced that PKL up till now. I assume, well, I might be wrong too, Alice. You know, Americans are notorious for our correct pronunciation of words. Yeah, Pickle has a LSP. Yeah, I'm interested to see where they go. Either way, I think you'd be happy using either. Okay. Do we have our, yeah, okay, we've got this. Let's just try one more time. Dune binary not found. See, this is the problem that I was having before. So how do I want to fix this? I can Dune build down here, right? Yeah, I can. Yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen. Let's just try. It's not chmod. What's the other one? Is it? How do I make something executable? I literally just looked this up in ChatGPT the other day. Hashtag senior engineer. See, I was on the right track. Source/CLI. So then we should be able to test this from, let's create a new directory and go up. CMA testing. And then we want to go into here and let's just say OCaml shell and a node shell. We already listened to this song? I feel like we got through this whole album. What do we want to listen to, chat? We'll listen to Ron's old playlist. So we should have OCaml, yeah, okay. So now we should be able to do, it's like npm exec dash dash think this is the command. No, it's not. I'm gonna have to look this up again. I always forget this command, npm exec docs. Maybe I don't need the dashes. So it's built. I just don't have this command right, I think. Damn it. Do I have to do dash dash package? I never remember this. Not packer. All right, ChatGPT. I mean, we should probably test that. This actually builds what we think it's building. Yeah, that looks good. That's not the right command at all. I really thought this would be it. Because it runs it as a like a shell script thing. I don't remember what this is called. So like, how do I run node scripts with npm locally that begin with yeah, we did that. Oh, do I not need npm exec? Maybe we don't. So let's try that. Source. Oh, because we didn't npm install. Duh. How's it going at my new job? My new job is awesome. I'm loving it so far. My team is probably one of my favorite teams I've worked on, and I've only been there 2 weeks. So I feel like that. Speaking of my team, Grace is on my team. Would you agree, Grace? Our team is pretty dope. I feel like we've got like a good mix of like personalities and like skill sets. Best team. Yeah, we also have a really, really good manager. So I guess we just have to npm install. So let's bring in my node shell. I think the worst I've ever broke prod. It was like my first week at my first job. It wasn't my first week. It was like my first month at my first job out of college. I was working at State Farm, and it wasn't even that like important of a tool. I was working on a tool that let business analysts like model and update essentially blueprints for insurance policies on a state-by-state basis. And then other systems would read like these insurance policy blueprints to actually like instantiate real policies for customers. And I was like fixing like a date time bug on like a Friday, and I somehow broke it in such a way that it failed on a leap year, and it happened to be a leap year, and like I took down prod for like 3 or 4 days. Moral of the story is daytime bugs suck. Which is funny because one of the projects we're going to be working on stream this week is a library called Cronos that I'm working on. I'm working on porting date functions to OCaml. This is going to be super fun to work on. But yeah, I started doing this the other night after getting really annoyed at the datetime libraries that are in the OCaml ecosystem. So we'll probably work on this like Tuesday or Wednesday and try to get towards like a simple 1.0 release. I got a good name too. I feel like Cronos is a really sick name for a library. Is it based on the temporal J? It's based on date functions. It's based on this library. Yeah, so fun fact, Grace, is that the original Rust compiler was written in OCaml. So like all the functional pattern matching enum type features from Rust were inspired by OCaml. So let's do a Dune build again. And let's go to our testing. There we go. That's what we're looking for, chat. Our actual app is running. Let's call this test one. We're going to use OCaml. This will be a React app. We'll use Vite. We'll initialize a Git repository. We'll do npm install. And we do want to initialize the OCaml toolchain. So this is going to take a while to run. And because I'm in Ghosty, did we ever cut an issue to fix this? So this blinking is because Ghosty, my terminal emulator, renders faster than the underlying like rendering library for the terminal app. But there's a setting we can do. I don't know if I ever cut an issue for this. Yeah, so we have this. So let's rename this to output sync mode 2026 at start. Oh no, who just raided me? Bad Cop raided me. Bad Cop, welcome raiders. Thank you for the raid, but I'm gonna have to wrap up here in about 8 minutes. I'm sure everyone in my channel should know Bad Cop by now, but welcome Bad Cop. HTTPS. Am I even on this ranking? Oh damn, I've got like some way to make it here. Dang, a 40x streak. At start of output sync mode on standard out at initial launch. Why can I not type initial launch to prevent blinking? Labels, bug. Or I guess this is more of an enhancement than a bug. It's just Ghosty's too good at being a terminal emulator. Check my profile. Okay, 1 second. Oh, I got a fish dex? This is sick. 404 fish. Can I see like my rare ones? You should like sort this in like order of rarity. So Grace, Bad Cop is another streamer, and she has like this game that's like overlaid on her stream where you can catch fish and then they battle each other like Pokemon. It's pretty sick. Highly recommend watching and following Bad Cop. That's sick. Oh yeah, it's all written in Bash. That's Bad Cop's thing, is they use Bash for everything. All right, did this finish yet? Ah, dude, this part takes so long. let's assume that this works. So let's go update our package JSON. Are we on 1.8? npm. I don't even know what npm's website is. js.com. Create melange app. Did we already bump the version? We're 1.8. Okay. So this should probably be like a major or a minor version rather than a patch. Did we add commands to do that? We did not. So let's add scripts and we'll say, do we have S tier cloned? We don't. I'm gonna run out of time here. So let's do a git clone. We'll do s tier.git. And we'll come up here and we'll open a separate, oops, that's not what we want. Come in here and we want to grab publish patch. And we're going to throw this in here. And then we're going to say publish minor. And then we'll change this from minor to major. Okay. Oh my gosh. So another thing I want to do, I'm going to cut a ticket for this, is output OCaml install progress forward OCaml install progress to initialize OCaml step. Labels enhancement. Sure. Yeah, isn't bash stack wild? It's like a full implementation of page router, basically. The only way I remember how to get to bad cops repo is looking for flap. So ridiculous. What's a good example to look at, bad cop? Oh, great, we failed. This is probably a Nix problem. OCaml switch list. So we have that. Install dot deps only yes. All right, so it did work. Can we Dune build? Label, oh, we have to go fix some of those, right. Okay, well, it's 10 o'clock, chat. I gotta wrap up and actually go do real work. So let's raid TJ. Unless anyone else feels super strong about who we raid. All right, y'all, I will be back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Thank you all for hanging out. Thank you for the new follows. I super appreciate all of you as always. And let's go hang out with Tej.